thumb is going a little lower here at the at my side of this world. So we can see a bit more light coming in now at this part of the building. Could you follow the construction closely? Or did you not hear a thing? Perhaps you wish to continue the meditation. Oh, that's quite fine. But per tradition, I'm ending this with a short final thought, as we have often done. It's good to see a number of people have joined us again who are familiar to me now. We have Kathleen from the USA, who is now looking at me from, which seems to be like a prairie. Good to see you again, Kathleen. We have a certain John M, is that right? From Santa Fe, all right. And we have Emily Nakai, Emily Nakai. We also have a Claudia Dutra, which is a name which is, which kind of makes me wonder where that name comes from. Anyway, if you really want to know where a certain name comes from, I'll just type in my lay name. This is the name that I called today, which is Lompi Sander, right? And this is my lay name. This is my family name. It's probably the most difficult name to pronounce today, so I'm not making fun of anyone. Some people tell me, you know, if I tell them my monastic name, which is an ancient Indian name, this one, Khemmadhammo, then they will ask me, what is this? Is it difficult to spell this name? Can you please tell me your lay name? And I tell them, no, that's even more difficult. All right. So today we'll, I see Claudia has appreciated the meditation. That's very good. So for today, I will have a few announcements before I end with the final story. I will also be guiding meditation this evening for the European community, which we set up about a year ago in English language, because there are a number of countries in Europe which are very familiar with English. So if you want to join that, you can. It's in about 5 hours from now. So 4 hours and 45 minutes to be exact. So you can calculate the time yourself. And that will be through the link, and I will share it with you down below through the chat. So here we are, zoom072.com, and that is DMEU, which is short for Dhammakaya Europe. You can find it in the chat box. If you click that link, there's nothing to see right now. But in 4 hours and 40 minutes from now, there will be a guided meditation and a short Dhamma talk. So if you want to join that, you can, of course. This is in English language, so maybe interesting for you as well. Also, you can find me on Insight Timer, the famous meditation app, because this is an app that is not very commercial as much as the other apps. And I think it's a very good platform. You can find me there under my monastic name, Khemmadhammo. Don't search for my lay name because no one knows how to spell it. So That will be for the application Insight Timer. And today I will finish with a short story, which is from the book, which is written by the monk who ordained me, whose name is, we briefly call him Longpo Po, but his full name is Longpo Poti Wongsachan. But we call him Longpo Po, and he wrote a book called Kira Dang Tidai Sadap Ma, or in other words, As I Have Heard, which is a book with stories from the Thai Buddhist tradition. In that, there is a little story which I would like to share today. There was a frog once. I have to sit very well for this one. It's a bit complicated story. There was a little frog, and this frog, he was wondering sometimes that he would like to be a chicken, because, you know, chickens, they seem to be more powerful than frogs. So he thought to himself, if I was a chicken, then my life would be much better. I would not be this stupid frog that I am now. So he thought to himself, I would like to be a chicken. That would be great. And then he saw a chicken walking by, and then a dog came after the chicken, and the chicken flew away. It was so scared. And then the frog thought to himself, no, I can't be a chicken. Then the dog would scare the chicken away. No, my life would not be safe. I should be a dog. Dog would be great. It's horrible to be a chicken, to be a frog, or a chicken for that matter. But it's great to be a dog. Yes, I want to be a dog. That would be great. And then after a while, he saw some villagers chasing the dog away. Even a small kid, just using a little branch, chasing a dog away. Then he thought to himself, oh, the life of a dog, that's really nothing. Even a human being can just, a little toddler, or a little, maybe not a toddler, but a little boy can chase away a dog. No, life of a dog is also terrible, as is the life of a frog. I would like to be a human being. Great to be a human being. And then he thought to himself, that must be really great to have a human body, to be a human being. And then he saw a human being sitting under a tree. And as the human being was trying to have some rest sitting under a tree, there were a lot of flies that were bothering him. And they were flying, and they were trying to buzz around his head and trying to find to eat some of its sweat or something like that. And then he thought to himself, "Oh, this is terrible. Human being, it can easily be scared away, be chased away by just a number of flies, but just a fly." Then he thought to himself, "I would like to be a fly. I would like to be a fly. That would be great if I could be a fly. I could fly everywhere. And just being a frog is really nothing. I don't want to be a frog. I want to be a fly. That would be great." And then he thought to himself, "I would like to be a fly. But you know, there is one thing that is our thought. And then there's the other thing, which is our reflex." And while he was thinking, "I would like to be a fly. It would be great to be a fly. I don't want to be a frog. It's terrible to be a frog." His tongue went somewhere else. His thoughts went in one place, but his tongue went in another place. And before he knew, he had eaten one of those flies that came back from the tree. Then he thought to himself, maybe I was wrong. Maybe to be a frog is actually quite good, because even the flies who can chase away the human beings, who can chase away the dog, who can chase away the chicken, even those flies I can eat. So it's great to be a frog. I really want to be very happy to be just a frog. And then he just thought about that. And he came to the conclusion that being a frog was really the best. So this little story shows us that sometimes we often think that the things that are far away from us must be better, you know. Like the Dutch comedian, like one Dutch comedian, he said once, if I am down below in the cellar, then I want to be above on the attic. But if I am on the attic, I want to be down below in the cellar. I'm never satisfied. That's a bit how our lives are these days. If we have one house, we want two houses. If we have one car, we want two cars, or an electrical car, something like that. And then if we have 100 followers, then we want 1,000 followers or something like that. And then there's some people, they are not happy with their face. They want to have a less big nose. And then if you go a few 100,000 kilometers, you go to another country where there's a lot of people who want to have bigger noses. So they could just import the meat from the country which wants to have smaller noses to the country which wants to have bigger noses, right? And in Asia these days, it's been like that for a while now. People want to have eyes like Westerners. They don't want to have Asian eyes. It used to be a fashion for a while. They want to have big eyes. Okay, they can be Asian, but they want to have big eyes, not small. And then in the West now, there's a sort of Instagram trend. People want to have Asian eyes. Nobody is happy. So we sometimes can be like the frog, always looking for something new. Some of these examples may not be relevant for your life, but you can think of something that is relevant. So if we are often searching and seeking in our lives like that, maybe we just go back to the things we have and think about all those things which is good about it. Because once we look at the things we have and think about what is all good about it, then we start to develop those things. And those things become more important in our lives. We start to be aware of them, not only aware, we start to use them. Like the frog used his tongue. Maybe not the most pleasant example, but it's true that there's a lot of value in those things that are close to us. They say that if you want to know who's living the closest to the school, if you have a number of students coming to a school, if you want to know which of the students lives closest to the school, look at the one who comes most late. The person who's arriving most late is the person who lives closest, because they can always come to school. They are living close by anyway. So sometimes those things that are close to us, we sometimes overlook. It's a well-known fact in Holland, for example, that nobody ever visits the famous flower garden, which is called Keukenhof, even though there are thousands of Japanese, or perhaps even millions of Japanese visiting each year, or Asian people in general. It's a known fact that many Parisians have never visited the Eiffel Tower, one of the most well-known and largest artifacts in the world. So we all overlook the things which are close to us, which are close to us. So let us go back to the things we have, and then we will more easily understand what we really need and how we can be happy. So that's what I would like to end with today. And if anyone wants to ask any question, there is some time for that now. Well, if there are no questions, I'd like to close with sharing a little link down below, which is a playlist of my teachings in English, which I've given on several occasions for example, you people, and also other groups on the internet. and also several live groups. But these are all you can all find them in the same playlist. Some of them sometimes get deleted, so maybe a few videos that have been gone after a while. Anyway, you can find more teachings there. Some of them are very long, some of them are very short. There's also guided meditations before the teachings start, usually. So I'd like to end with this for today, and I'll give the floor back to Ms. Panda.
Thank you so much, Venerable Sander, or LP Sander, who was our GTM today. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate your meditation guidance today. I felt so peaceful, and I think everyone feel the same. Thank you so much, Venerable, and your story is very interesting. Thank you so much, everyone. We will take a group photo together before we part today. All right. Okay. If you're comfortable to turn on your video, so please turn on your video for this time. So take a group photo together. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Take group photo now. I'll count down 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone, for joining our program today. Thank you, LP, and everyone. I hope everyone will have a great day. Take care and see you next session. Khap khun ka. We'll pay respect to our GTM together. LP Sander is here. We'll bow 3 times. Bow, bow, bow.
May you all find happiness and wisdom in your life, and satisfaction and contentment. May all your good wishes be fulfilled, and you find the light of the Dhammakaya within. Sadhu.
Sadhu.